We needed to come down to Palmanova this morning to pay some taxes. If you want to know a little bit more about taxes, I've just put a video up on YouTube about taxes. But we thought we'd take the opportunity just to take a walk along the front. It's the 1st of July 2021 and it's just gone after 10:30, so it's a little bit cooler now to go for a walk. So let's go and see what it looks like here in Palmanova. Because it's quite early in the morning, there isn't too many people on the beach, though the beds are already taken. And we do have the street cleaners, the Ayuntamiento, the local town hall, very good at keeping the area nice and clean. You can see the promenade's looking really good. And lots of things are now open, lots more hotels are open. If you're not sure about the hotel in Palmanova, whether it's open or not, the best place to look is the Calvia notice board. Calvia notice board keep an update and it's really well done. And they tell you which hotels here in Palmanova are open. And they also include a few other things as well, so it's a great place on Facebook to visit. Across the road we've got the Fergus style Palmanova Hotel, and that's been open now for a few weeks. And most of the bars and businesses are now open. Because now we've got the British tourists have started to arrive. Jet 2 are reported to have 40 extra flights coming this way from the UK in the next few days. So we're going to get an influx of British tourists here. Some have already arrived. Some people have already been sending me messages to say that they're here. But I hope you all have a good holiday if you are already here, and if you're on your way, hope you can get here safely and enjoy this wonderful weather. Temperature up around 30 degrees today. We're going for coffee first? Alright, we've only just started walking and we're going to stop for a coffee. One of my favourite places, the Beehive, La Colmena. This is a new place. Chiringo. Not tried this yet, but when we've been past before, it's been very, very busy. Golf Fantasia is up the road there, and that's open. Not sure what hours it's open, but it has been open. It says it's open there as well. I'm going to find a table in the shade. Just had a nice coffee at the Colmena Beehive, and now continue on our little walk. Some nice big boats out there on the sea. We can get round onto the headland. I might try and get some close-ups. It's getting busier and busier now here in Palmanova. Hotel across the road looks as though it's open.
The restaurant isn't finished yet.
They're still working on what used to be the Chinese. Really annoying that they're doing that during the high season. At least they've got it covered up. They're not making the noise that they were making last time we were here. sea boats. If we now look back on this beach, you can see it is getting quite busy and lots of people in the sea. And sunbathing. I'm just going to go up the steps, so I think I'll turn the videos off. It does. We're going to have to get into that water soon. We haven't yet been for our first swim. 1st of July. It's time. Out in the distance there's a Valeria ferry which goes back to the mainland or between the islands, and one of those has been hired by the local government to take some of these students back, and we're having a jolly over here, but had to be put into a hotel especially for people who've been quarantined. So 250 of them put in a hotel on the Paseo Maritimo, and there was a big protest by the students themselves, by the parents, and it went before the court, and the judge says any of those who have not actually tested positive should be allowed out. So the local government, amongst other things, has had to fork out for one of these ferries to take 200 of them back to the mainland. The numbers are actually quite staggering, and they've gone up rapidly from this event these students went to. So they had a party over here at the Bullring, and it looks as though it's from that and from some of the other events that were organised that many of them became infected, and that wasn't detected until they went home. So they went back to the peninsula, went back to the mainland, and when they were tested there, the reports go now well over 1,000 of them have tested positive, and well over 3,000 are in quarantine on the mainland. Some of them are still quarantined here because they've tested positive. There are even some in hospital, and I read yesterday that one poor lad, I guess it's a boy, but I'm not sure, is actually in the ICU. So it is really serious, and the local government are going to be really worried about that, because we're getting all these tourists now coming in from all parts of the world, from the UK in particular, and up till today any visitors from the UK have not required any tests whatsoever or any proof of vaccination, but as of tomorrow, Friday, they will have to have proof of vaccination or have to have had a test before they can be allowed into the country. But what the government don't want is to see another spike like that, and well, places like Magaluf could well become centres for that. Someone was asking if there were any cruises, and they've all started up recently. It's one of the little cruise boats. coming in here in Palmanova. So yeah, if you want to go for a little boat trip, Britannia jet just arriving here in Palmanova. It's just behind where McDonald's is. And this one's got submarine vision, so go down and have a look below the water.
See that?
Little queue of people there waiting to go on. The reports I saw in the newspaper were emphasising how socially distanced and how they follow all the protocols. It's always a good fun thing to do when the weather's calm. It's a little bit breezy today and there are a few waves, so I think when you get out there might be a little bit of rocking and rolling. They've had to do some repairs to the landing there, which was quite damaged last time we came by. Just coming round now to the next beach, which is looking equally busy. It is still quite early in the morning. There's the boat sign, enjoy the sea. 11:15 to 1:15.
There's tickets on board.
So where we used to have a ticket kiosk on the promenade, because there you buy your tickets on board, and the one I was looking at you could actually order them online as well, but that was one that was leaving from Santa Ponsa. A few steps to go down. Yesterday we went down a lot of steps because we went to the caves of Genova. So if you haven't actually seen that video, the caves of Genova are one of the smaller sets of caves here in Mallorca that are open to the public. The island is actually riddled with caves. There's kilometres upon kilometres of caves. Not all of them are open to the public. But the ones that are, I find quite interesting. So we have one that pretty much goes underneath our house in Genova, and yesterday we took our granddaughter down into the depths. She really had a good time. The man in charge gave her a light so she could show us around, and in a future video we'll try and visit some more of the caves, the famous ones in Porto Cristo. That's the caves of Drac and the caves of Ham.
Please, everybody on the left. Everybody on the left, please. Everybody on the left. Everybody on the left. Good, thank you. Oh, beautiful umbrella. Wow.
And the caves of Arta and the caves in Campanet. That's 5. That may be all the ones that are open. I can't think of another one offhand. People keep asking about Tropico, Hotel Tropico, which is just across the road here. Not open at the moment. The cocktail bar next door, which I'm told is not part of the hotel. And the cocktail bar is open, and the hotel is due to be opened later on this month. Again, if you want to keep up to date with what is open, what isn't open in terms of hotels, then you should go to the Calvia notice board on Facebook. And there you kept up to date with what's going on. We've just managed to get into some shade and it's lovely. It's getting a bit warm outside here, particularly in the sun when you're walking. Louise has just been paid compliments about her parasol. It is a very nice parasol.
It is, I love it.
She's often asked, where did you get it from? And the answer is, she got it from Soyer. On one of our trips to Soyer, we called into a shop to buy some gifts, and we saw this parasol. It was the only one that was available, so that's the one she had. As usual, the sort of volleyball players. Much busier at the weekend, of course, because the Spanish people will be down here. Those that are not working at the weekend. But today is a Thursday. But schools have broken up, so students. Spanish schools are broken up. Spanish schools broke up last week, so the children are no longer at school. Anita's protesting because her school hasn't yet broken up, but that's the exception. I guess they're the only school on the island that's still functioning as a school. Some of the other schools will have reopened as summer schools. They're very popular, particularly with parents who have children and they need to sort out during the summer. A summer school is a great place for them to go and be with their friends and partake in activities. But they're all, as far as I know, they're all paid. You have to pay to go to these summer schools. But otherwise they've got to pay for babysitters, so it swings and roundabouts. The tourist information office. If you're in Palmanova, that's where you can go and get a map and get some information about what's going on. Nice to see the Paradise Beach Bar open again. It's one of the places we've often stopped, usually in the winter time rather than the summertime, because it's a place where we would stop and the children could go to the park, play on the swings and the roundabouts and things over there, and we can have a drink. Hello. You feel like you know us? Yeah. You've been watching the videos? Yeah. Oh, there you go, you're on one now. Where are you from?
St Helens.
Sorry?
St Helens.
Ah, St Helens, right. Yeah. How long are you here for? And
we came on Tuesday, we go on Sunday.
So you missed all of this pre-tests and things. So lucky you.
Still got to have one when we get home.
Yeah.
We're back in a few weeks.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Where are you staying?
The Globales Palmanova.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's all right.
Beautiful.
Yes,
Really nice.
good.
Make sure you got plenty of cream on. It's going to get hotter and hotter now.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Your white legs will become red.
Oh dear.
It was
Nice to meet you.
Have a lovely holiday.
Bye.
today.
Your school's finished now.
Schools are finished for the summer now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many weeks holiday you get then?
Go back in September, work it out.
Lots more videos coming up. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Really good. It gives us both a good feeling when people stop us here on the promenade to say that they watch the videos and they say they feel as though they know us. That's great. And they're having a nice holiday, and luckily they've arrived before all of the restrictions come into place tomorrow. They still have the problems going back. You have to have your test organised before you return. But at least they didn't have to have any tests to come here. Of course, I think in the UK many people have had both vaccinations, so you don't necessarily have to have the test. If you've got both vaccinations, you'll be okay. Just need to have proof, so you need to print something out or have something on your phone, I suppose. It's a hotel we've been walking past all through the winter time, and it's been closed up. We've been doing work, it's been closed, but now the Hotel Casablanca's open, and people are here enjoying the holidays. Bar by the beach is open. It's all starting to feel more normal. It's still only 11:30. The temperature's rising. Some places it's a bit early for them to be open, or they'll be opening a bit later on around lunchtime. It's one of the places we like to go to, the Barbuda beach. Always have a nice meal there. They've got live music tonight, 8 o'clock. Jim, if you're watching, I'll make sure I go down to see if Monroe's is open on the way back. But for the moment we're just going to walk around the headland past the Santa Lucia, trying to keep into the shade where it's just that little bit cooler. Water skiers out there. So on this side we have the Santa Lucia and all the tables, chairs out, people working inside. Needs a bit of a clean because the muddy rain was here a week or two ago. So it looks like...
When's this due to open?
I'm not sure, it's obviously imminent, which, well, could mean this weekend, I think. So all the tables and chairs here. So Shauna, the 12th of September is not long away now. They're just getting everything ready for you here at the Santa Lucia. We'll be able to see you when you come. Look at all the boats that are out there. Now come to the third beach. It's the San Matias beach. In the distance we've got the Hawaii and the hotels that are in Terranova. Car park. Still not open yet, but getting very, very close. And it looks as though they're getting ready to open the Orion bar. Three Brothers is open. Coming on. So I'm going to make our way back because it's now getting a little bit hot. So we'll go back along this way. So there's the Three Brothers. They've been open for quite a while. The Orion bar, they've obviously waited that little bit longer, waiting for the British tourists to arrive, which we are doing right now. The entrance to the Santa Lucia. Helicopter going over, it's a military helicopter actually. Fairground attractions now in the park, just behind the beach. Some young children. So you can see go on there. Jim has been asking me regularly about Monroe's, and sadly it doesn't look as though they're open yet. Glacius has been open for ages, as has Taylor's next to it. Sorry Jim, we didn't get as far as Pappy's again today. The temperature's rising, we need to get somewhere where it's cool. But we will get there. This brings back memories. It's what I used to do for a living. It's a bit of embroidery. One thing we've missed during this pandemic is seeing coaches with tourists, and it's only really in recent weeks we've started to notice them. And here at the Calablanca, on their new multicoloured driveway, there's one of the coaches. Pick people up at the airport and bring them to the hotels. Mixed feelings about the driveway colouring. Not sure whether people like it or not. Questions often asked about masks and whether you have to wear a mask or not. And generally speaking now, if you're outside you don't need to wear a mask. It's only if you're in close proximity to other people. So any crowded places you should wear a mask. But obviously if you're in a restaurant and a bar, sitting in your hotel having a meal, you can't be wearing a mask. So there's a bit of common sense to this. But if you walk into the hotel lobby then you'll be expected to wear a mask. There's the Bora Bora, they've been open throughout as well. Another question about smoking. Those people who watch my channel will know that I'm a little bit anti-smoking, but those who must have to do it standing still outside of a restaurant, outside of a bar. You're not actually allowed even to smoke on the terrace. You have to leave and stand still. You're not supposed to walk and smoke. And it applies also to these electronic cigarettes as well. Across the road we've got Banana Joe's. Don't think that's open, but Castaways, this new Italian restaurant, Il Tano, and the other bars across the road, they're all now open. And more trampolines. They're up at the moment. This evening they'll be down and children will be on those. And it's the children's park. Quite often bring our grandchildren there. Nice place for them to play. And something of a discovery for us this year. We don't really go to hotels very much, unless we've got family staying. So the Santa Lucia and the San Matias Beach, those are two of the hotels that our family usually stay. So we don't really know much about the insides and the workings of any of the others. We did actually visit the Census Palmanova, which is the hotel across the road. We only walked through to the foyer, through the gardens, and we were very impressed by the appearance and the way it's kept. And the pools are staged, they're staggered with several swimming pools, all in like a terracing, so on different levels. You see the multicoloured brollies out there. A really nice hotel, and the people we spoke to who were staying there couldn't praise it enough. Anita had her vaccination yesterday, second vaccination. She's suffering a little bit with her arms. She's not really having any other side effects. After the first one she did, but after this one the main side effect seems to be aching arms. How are you today? Still hurting? I have to wait until the 14th, so I've got 2 more weeks before I can have mine. I did ask when Anita went for hers if I could have mine early. She looked on the computer, the girl looked on the computer and said, no, I've got to wait. They are bringing in earlier appointments for people in my age group, but that doesn't start until the 15th of July. My appointment's on the 14th, so if my appointment had been a day later I could have had it 2 weeks earlier. It seems a bit ridiculous, but that's how it is. But if it's on the 14th of July, everything goes okay, then I will have had my 2 jabs, and not really planning to go to the UK until August. And then only if there's no chance of quarantine. Really, I don't want to do these tests, so we'll wait and see whether we actually go back. I'm sure Anita will, but whether I go back. Just a last look over the sea here. I'm going to turn the cameras off a bit. I'm on the beach there, cleaning the beach. The beaches are really kept very well. Always have been. It's really something that they do very, very well here. Well, we're back at where we started, so I hope you've enjoyed our walk through Palmanova. A little bit of news updates. If you have, then please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, then hit that subscribe button and the bell. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. So, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. See you in the next one.